No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.
Biddly, 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 but yes, yo. Here we go. There ain't nobody down round here. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. We do have on the Charity Cup top with your boy's name on the back. His favourite number in the world. Gates up. Love it. We've got it on. It's freshly washed. To be honest, I've just put it on to do the video, and I think it's still a bit wet. So, and I don't think it's from the because it has been through the wash. But I let it fester. I let the smell really fester and really like sink in. I was going to keep it for the full year until hopefully the rematch, but I deemed that far too long as it was stinking the house out. But the reason why I let it fester is because I really let that win soak in all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into it, and the absolute downpour. That is not true. Before anybody starts suggesting that I am a stinky bastard, that is not the case. It was a joke. So deal with it. The clock watchers are here. Quick shit vid. I've got to say, shout out to Southie, Sean Rooney, Ming, Andy C, the legendary MVG, and Mick the Croc Dundee for the super chats and handing out memberships like there were Santa Clauses last night. And I also have to say, keep liking the videos, guys. We got a call out for 545 likes we got in one of the lives, and then I asked you all to like the video, and we got to 421. And then 2 days ago I did a shit vid, and the likes are on 732. Guys, we are breaking records left, right, and centre. It's ever since the big win. It's ever since fucking he's done it. He's done it. It's ever since that. No, man's red hot now. Man's red hot. I've never said man's before, but yeah, I appreciate every which one. Let's sort this shirt out. It's a bit weird because it's always in like a mirror image. But yeah, do you like the top? Bish bash. Bosh, I'm so well aware that the clock watchers are going to be going absolutely ballistic at this point. But I'm sure you've skipped forward or just turned the video off, and either is absolutely fine. Quick shit vid. Calvin Phillips. This is genuinely the article. Will end up at Elland Road. So this is the article. He's 28 years old. It's a long article suggesting that both Leeds United and Man City are up for it, but not during this window. And it has to be said now. If it isn't happening in this window, it is never happening, is it? The article suggests it won't be this summer, but it's madness, utter crap, and I absolutely love it. Clickbait, we don't be doing it over here, do we? We know this. Nobody do it how he does it. But it's wild to suggest, because what's he going to do for the next 2 years? He's 28 now. He'd have to come now. We've strengthened so much in the middle of the park, haven't we? With Stack, Longstaff, Tanaka and Ampadu in there. Gruev's been looking decent. So it's an absolute madness to suggest he would sign this year, which is why they've said he won't. But we're not. What's he going to go off and do? Where's he going to go and play that's going to like cement him anywhere near that side that we're currently building? I don't know where they bring these articles up from, but it ends up being my headline, and then we go and everybody has to go at me for the clickbait. But it's just a wild thing. I'm just interested to know what your thoughts are on like where these sources come from, because it's genuinely an article. So before somebody says clickbait, you fucking dick slap, mate, you just do it. You're clout chasing. Like, if it's in an article, I don't have to make this stuff up because the articles are made up for me. They're absolute woof nonsense, and I love it. And if I've got to sit through it and read it, I'm going to sit through and read it, and then I'm going to splurt it out to you after 2 minutes of chatting shit at the start of the videos that allegedly gets on everybody's nerves. But I reckon the majority of people aren't so easily wound up. PSV are apparently interested in Gus Hamer. I'm still not up for this signing. It's been like muted or touted again that we might be signing Gus Hamer. I wasn't up for it at the end of the season and the beginning of the transfer market. Then as we started to sign players, I was a little bit more up for it. And then when we look like we're bringing in Paxo stuff in and stuff, I'm back to not wanting Hamer in. I don't think we need a 10 for a start off because I don't think we're going to be playing that way. I'm hoping we go 4-3-3 with the big man Longstaff, Stack, Ampadu, Tanaka, any Gruev even, any rendition of that, any sequence of them three. Any of them five playing as the three. And with Pac-Man and stuff, Manny Pacquiao potentially signing, do we need Gus Hamer? I'd rather go out and get another winger or a centre forward. There's obviously still some talks about Moonies. Seems to be moving relatively slow and not so much in the shadows anymore. But it was said quite a bit on my live last night, and I agree that it's harder to keep the noise quiet in the Premier League, and players are looking for the moves. A lot of teams are looking for the players, and if an agent comes, if you're getting a Premier League move, your agent's you've probably got a half decent agent, and they'll be then pushing you out to other clubs and stuff. So they will be mentioning how much you're willing to go for, where you're willing to go, and they'll be looking at other clubs, other options. Which brings me on to Manny Pacquiao, the Paxo stuff. And apparently a second bid has gone in excess of 26 million, apparently 30 million euros plus add-ons. Here we go. It's really exciting shit in it. This I want to produce a caveat here to something I said a few months ago, because I said I didn't want to go big for any signings, but I need to add to that. It's because we've spent so well. What I didn't want to do is bite into our alleged budget with 2 players for 35 million, and then we're in a position where you go, well, we've got 2 35 million players. We've got Rodrigo, didn't we, and Rutter, ironically, who are 2 of our most expensive signings. Now, Rutter ended up working out in the Championship, but I still don't think we got enough out of Rodrigo. Ultimately, we ended up getting relegated. So, but we've spent so well and we've strengthened so much. Now I feel like we can go out and blow a bit of money on some top players, because ultimately, big wingers, big strikers are going to cost some P out there to get in. But it could be a new club record signing, which again puts a little bit of pressure on the player, but he does look like a player, doesn't it? It is exciting, this, and we've been moving so swiftly in the window. But it would be a record-breaking transfer. As I said, the last person to do it is obviously Jorginho, Rutter. I'm not sure if Aronson's next or whether it was Rodrigo and then Aronson. I think we got Rodrigo for 30, did we? Rutter for 35 or something, Rodrigo for 30 million euros, I think. And then I thought Aronson were about 26 or something, but there's something in me where I think it's potentially more than Rodrigo. Regardless, let me know in the comments. And then Peri Sauce, the man Mountains, in for his medical today. Is the boyo. He's 6'5.5". He's absolute giant Brazilian. Another Brazilian we're potentially bringing in. Will it be announced tonight? Who knows? Obviously, Longstaff got announced on the Friday night. I think it was the Friday night. All I do know is that we're starting to make moves now, aren't we? My man Paraag is in a deep sleep. We're getting while the Paxo stuffing's getting sorted, or the Peri Sauce is getting injected into Elland Road. We're also working on the Paxo stuffing stuff. So, you know, if he's having his medical today, and then potentially we get a bid accepted over weekend or early Monday morning, you know, something along them lines. It's a madness, isn't it? You know, Paraag really is getting the work done. I'm so happy currently, providing we get the man Mountain Peri Sauce in, which is a keeper, and we need to sort that position out. I know everybody's going on about him, and he will be a decent keeper, but I can't help but reserve myself until I've seen some of these players play. We've just seen that Trafford's gone to Man City, which has sent everybody into oblivion, and I do need to address that to some extent, because obviously I've been having a long-term joke with Joe Wayman, also known as John Wayneman. I don't know why I said Joe Wayneman. And I have to address it on the basis that, you know, I'll get penalties now, but I'm still not convinced James Trafford will do it at Man City. I think it's a totally different game. Ederson, it's a shame, has dropped off in general, because I don't think Trafford gets anywhere near Ederson. You know, you can save 2 penalties in a game if you want, but ultimately, Man City don't give away penalties, do they? So if that's all you've got in your locker, making saves really is not the job of the Man City goalkeeper, is it? The job of the Man City goalkeeper is basically creating assists on counter-attacks, thumping it long, pinpoint accuracy to whoever it be up top. You know, you can name any of them that he's played with. Plenty of assists for Aguero, plenty of assists for Haaland. He's always been able to go long, out wide, long. You know, does the best player in the world, James Trafford, have that distribution? Now, you'd think so, because he's obviously on for Ballon d'Or. And if he goes to Man City, there's no reason why he wouldn't get Ballon d'Or. And before anybody says that a keeper's never got the Ballon d'Or, I'm not talking about him being in goal, am I? They're all going on about Golden Glove or what have you. No. Need to raise that a bit, because that looks a bit dodgy if not. No. No touching. No Golden Glove. Golden Boot. If I could lift my leg up far enough, I would do, but then this video would be getting far too erotic, and I don't want to be exploited. Not to my knowledge, you know, obviously if the day comes and there's, you know, I'm exploited, you know, everybody gets cancelled sooner or later. But although the cancel culture is sort of slightly slowed down it. But where we're going with this, we don't know. James Trafford won't do the business at Man City. I doubt he'll get in the side. I think he'll make a couple of fuck-ups. It's a different game when you're getting peppered quite a lot. I know Burnley's defensive record were decent last year, but we still has to make plenty of saves. And ultimately, I think it's hard at the top and keepers get bored. Everybody's banging on about Liverpool's squad. Man City have improved. Chelsea looking good. Arsenal obviously looking to sign that big Gukareas or whatever he's called up top, who I think will be a bit of a flop, to be honest. But I want them to run away with it. I really do. I've said this for a while, and we don't want the rest of the league to be that competitive. Really, you want the top 4, top 5 teams to just dick everybody, including us. Just like, just play a totally different game, and then we're just up against sort of 15 teams out with 13 teams. You don't want teams sort of competing with the top, thinking like Notts Forest that think we could potentially get in top 4 here, and then as they start to drop off, they've still got some energy towards raising higher. You want the league sort of sewn up, don't you, with 10 games to go, really, and in total comfort, which I'm hoping we can be. I do believe we can aim for 11th, finish 15th. Somebody said yesterday, aim for 11th, finish 10th. I'm taking it. I just want to do a shout out to James DeBio. I don't know why, but he's left the club, and just good luck to that lad at the end of his contract. It's another example, I believe, of a young player not quite being able to cut it at a big club. And I think they sort of get the chance, don't they? I know he wasn't played particularly, but Farke obviously thought something of him. He kept him around the first team, well, pretty much permanently. You could say that that's due to squad depth, but ultimately, he went with Ampadu at centre-back before he came in. So it's obviously, it wasn't for him. But yeah, best of luck to him, genuinely. Like it is for any of them. Greenwood, Geldart, Joseph, if he goes. Even though he's spat dummy out Joseph, I still, not bad. I don't literally mean best of luck. I just mean like go and get on with your career, like fair dues, lad. Because really, like I said before, this isn't Player FC over here. We are Leeds United Football Club, and that's who I support. I don't give a shit once somebody's left, So shit is as shit does. Keep liking, keep subscribing. If we get more than 732 likes, next time I start the video, I'll push myself off a bucket chair or something in a controlled and safe manner. There'll be no injuries in this room. Leave it out all on pitch, mate. And then cup finals. 3-2. Fucking bosh. Get up the road. It's hard to tell when I'm on a mirrored image. Yes, I reckon. Did it all for Wainman and Dan, my captain, my manager. Get up. Yes, I talk about Wainman on here. I like the bloke. Somebody said to me yesterday, you talk about Wainman or what you do. I like the bloke. He creates Leeds United content as well. I watch it. I like him. I like Lockie. I like Luke. I like Oscar.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.